Let me tell you how this conversation usually starts. An attorney reaches out to me. They're a senior associate or a counsel, typically somewhere between year 7 and year 12. They're doing excellent work. They have real client relationships. They've been told more than once that partnership is the goal, that they're on the right track, that it's just a matter of time. And then I ask them, how long have you been hearing that? And the answer almost every time is some version of too long. I'm Andrew Wilcox, legal recruiter since 2003. Today, I want to talk about the stalled partnership track, what it looks like, how to recognize it when it happens to you, and what to actually do about it. Let's start with what a functioning partnership track looks like. In a functioning system, the path to partnership is imperfect, but navigable. There are criteria, sometimes explicit, sometimes not, around billing performance, origination expectations, client relationships, and professional reputation. There are mentors who advocate for you. There are honest conversations, even difficult ones, about what you need to do and where you need to develop. There's a sense that the institutions want you to succeed and is invested in you getting there. In a dysfunctional system, the criteria are vague or shifting. Mentors make promises they can't keep. The conversations about what you need to do keep changing. Every year that passes brings a new explanation for why this year isn't the year. The goalpost is always in sight, but you never seem to get any closer to it. So the signs that your track is stalled. The first sign is that you've had the partnership conversation more than twice without a concrete outcome. Not more than twice in your career, more than twice in the last 3 years. If you've been told we're working toward it repeatedly with no action following that conversation, the conversation itself has become a management tool rather than a genuine dialogue. I'd say the second sign is the criteria keeps shifting. You met the billing targets. Then you needed more origination. You started developing origination. Then you needed more of a national profile. You worked on that. Now it's something else. This pattern where you achieve what you were told you needed and the requirements evolve is not a rigorous assessment process. It's a deferral strategy. The third sign is your peers who were behind you have been promoted or have left and landed at the partner level somewhere else. The market has a way of calibrating talent that is sometimes more honest than the internal assessments of an individual firm. If attorneys who were in a similar position to yours, similar experience, similar production, similar skill level, have been made partner elsewhere, and you're still in the same position at your current firm, that data point matters. And the fourth sign is nobody is advocating for you, and you know it. Partnership at most law firms is not a meritocracy in the pure sense. It's a political process that rewards merit plus sponsorship. Sponsors are partners who put their credibility on the line for you, who say in the room where those decisions get made that you belong in the partnership. If you don't have a sponsor, or if the partners who were your champions have left or lost influence, your candidacy may be technically active while being practically dead. And the fifth sign is you've started to be defined by your title in ways that constrain your opportunities. Counsel is a valuable role at many firms, but it could also become a permanent parking spot, a designation that keeps talented attorneys in a comfortable limbo where they're generating significant value for the firm without receiving the economics, the institutional recognition, or the professional authority that partnership represents. If that's your situation, the question is this a stage or is this where I stop? So, what to do when you recognize the stall? First, have a direct, explicit conversation with the relevant decision makers. Not a hint of a conversation, not an implied question, a direct one. What is my path to partnership? What is the timeline? And what specifically stands in the way? Force clarity. The answers or the evasions will tell you what you need to know. Second, seek out genuine intelligence about how partnership decisions are actually made at your firm. Not the official answer, the real one. Talk to partners who you trust. Understand the process as it actually functions, not as it's described in the firm materials. And then third, honestly assess your own position relative to what the firm actually values. Some firms value origination above everything else. If you're at that firm and you're not an originator yet, the path is hard and you need to know that. Some firms have a de facto ceiling for attorneys from certain backgrounds, schools, or practice areas. That ceiling is real, and no amount of exceptional work will raise it. Knowing that is hard. Not knowing it is harder. So here's the thing I want you to take away. Your time is not infinite. Every year you spend waiting for a process that isn't going to produce the outcome you're working toward is a year of leverage you're giving up. The market values you when you're moving from a position of strength. When you're a highly performing senior attorney or a newly made counsel, before the waiting starts to read as something else in your trajectory. The best moves I've helped engineer were made by attorneys who saw the ceiling clearly and moved while the market still saw them the way they saw themselves. Don't wait for the firm to tell you the answer when the evidence has already given it to you. I'm Andrew Wilcox. This is a lateral brief. If you'd like to have a confidential discussion about your career or practice goals, please email me at andrew@wilcox-legal.com. And as always, grateful, Andrew Wilcox.